when you're in office, it's not just your little salary. You know, $170,000 you get in the House of Representatives every 2 years, whatever. I mean, you know,
they got a $1.4 million budget.
Right. So,
per year, I think it is.
But you know how many butts they kissing and how many people they doing deals with behind the scenes. You stay in there long enough, you're gonna be set for the rest of your life. And I often wonder, is this what they're really doing it for? Is she doing this to secure the bag for the rest of her life, pointing out lies that she know aren't true, but she have to push those to get reelected because she really don't care. I mean, she don't care about other people. It didn't appear that she does. I don't know.
Because it's crazy data, like this CNN analyst saying that masks are calling them facial decorations on TV. Like this is Leanna Wen said this 2 weeks ago. Like, so how confusing on CNN. So how confusing for someone to be like, you're supposed to wear a mask, but then the CNN guidance comes out or the analyst and says they don't function properly.
This is the issue. Like, it's almost like people bring up Yuri Bezmenov all the time. Mm-hmm. Just confuse and demoralize the population. Keep them in a constant state of chaos. They can't figure out what's going on and what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. And the politicians are also in that state.
So we'll go back to how she ended up being brought up. We were talking about first it was Dan Crenshaw. He's arguing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. We had MTG on, and I think the members second to do with her. It was getting legit, and I'm like, man, I really want to have like a longer form off YouTube so we can just go deep dive on a bunch of topics. Because when we do the YouTube show, it's very topical. It's very direct topical. We mostly talked about her and censorship and Congress and what was going on in Congress. And then we started getting to the nitty gritty of just like the things she's talked about in the past, how she feels about vaccine mandates, and it was raw and it was real. And then I was just like, man, she was swearing. And I'm like, it did not feel like the other politicians we've had on the show who are worried about offending one side or the other and trying to get votes. It felt like she was just like, I'm here and I'm going to tell you what I think. And I was like, man, that's what people like about Trump.
Yes.
That's what people like about MTG. We're so sick of the inauthentic, fake BS in politics. We will take something that seems genuine. And unfortunately for the populist left, the people they brought on, they're all disingenuous.
Well, let's be honest. AOC talks a big game. But when Pelosi says step in line, she steps in line and votes like Pelosi wants her to vote. But she also mastered social media. And she also mastered the way of engaging with people and exploiting that to its fullest extent. And there are algorithms that, of course, are pushing her messaging out to millions and millions of people in an unrestricted way.
What's up, buddy?
Of course, is something that the other side does not have. So when you have direct lines through the algorithm to the youth, you're able to influence them, especially when you set up a gaming channel. I mean, this person, I don't think she's dumb. I think she's very smart. I think she's very, very calculated. It might have been a mistake that she got caught without, wearing a mask in Florida. Ron DeSantis said that this is, quote, a ruling class mentality, and I think that has more kind of perspective to it. But look what she did with January 6th. Look how she involved herself in that event
she lied.
When she lied about being at the Capitol.
No. So, when this story came out, AOC claimed that she thought the rioters had made it to her office. She made that up. The timeline made no sense. I saw Ben Shapiro tweeting it, and I tweeted, I'm like, yo,